It helps eliminate, I cannot speak today. Hi guys! So in today's video, I'm very excited about it because we're actually going to be testing out a dupe for a product that I really love. Before I begin, please just, if you can close your ears to outside noise. There have been planes going over. A rooster next door is just going to town, cock-a-doodle doing. I don't know what is going on over there, but he's trying to get somebody's attention, and he's getting my attention, and it's annoying. So we'll just move past that. Hopefully it's not a big distraction for everybody watching. So let's get started on the video. I have been seeing people duping a very beloved product of mine. Well, it's beloved and I kind of hate it, and I'll tell you why in just a second. It is for the Tarte ShapeTape. Yes, Tarte ShapeTape. I said I hate it, and I'll tell you why I hate it. It is because it's so hard to get a hold of. I have this shade Light. It literally took me 5 months to get this shade. It wasn't ever available in my color. I finally found it in an Ulta store that was an hour and a half away from my house. And yes, I did drive an hour and a half away from my house to buy this sucker. So you see why I hate it? You see, it's so hyped because it's good. It's really good. It doesn't completely cover my under eyes. I do have to still use a color corrector underneath because my under eyes are so deep set right here. But I mean, I can live with that for the coverage that it gives, for the longevity that it has. You can set it with the powder. You can not set it with the powder. Typically, I set it. I don't bake with it because when I bake, my under eyes get very cakey. I don't have dry skin per se, but baking makes my skin dry. So I tend to try to avoid it at all costs. So what I do is I just lightly powder it and we're done. This is the Tarte ShapeTape. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. And the dupe, supposedly, that we will be trying out today is actually $4. This is the Wet n Wild Photofocus Concealer. And this is what it looks like in the package. You get 0.29 fluid ounces. In the Tarte ShapeTape, you get 0.3381 fluid ounces. So you get a little more in here, but this is $24 and this was $4. And you can usually get Wet n Wild drugstore products at CVS, and they will have buy one, get one free, or buy one, get one 40% off, or something like that. So always be on the lookout for discounts at CVS. And if you get their card, this is not sponsored in any way, I think it's brilliant that people do this. You get their card and you can actually get cash back when you spend money. Sometimes Physician Formula, you spend $13 and you get $10 back in extra care bucks, and you can use them on anything in the store. So you buy something for $13 technically, and you really bought it for $3, and you can buy something else for $10. So anywho, this is the product that we're going to be duping the Tarte ShapeTape with. I have the Tarte ShapeTape in Light. In Wet n Wild, I got Light Ivory, which is actually the lightest shade. And in the container, I did not open this or test it out or anything. In the container, it doesn't actually look that light. So I might be looking like a little bit of a goofball if this isn't, you know, the right color match, but we'll make it work. The thing that I didn't like about this is it only comes in 6 shades. The CVS that I went to only had 3 shades. This color, a light medium one, and then a darker one, but it wasn't even that dark. So I feel like the color range is kind of sucky, but we'll see if it works. I mean, if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, Tarte ShapeTape comes in a lot more colors. So I know that this one comes in a lot more shades. I can't remember the number off my head, so I'll put it right here somewhere where you can see how many shades this comes in. So versus you're getting more shade range with this, but this was $4. So we'll try to see if we make it work. I am dealing with some stuff on my face, so I'm actually going to see how the Wet n Wild one performs on some of the pimple-ish things that I'm having here. And I have some red dots under here, and on my face I got some freckles. So I'm going to be using the Tarte ShapeTape on this side because it's not as bad, and I know how this performs on it. So I'm going to be trying the worse side with the Wet n Wild. So let's go ahead and get to the review and demo and testing it out. Please, if you like this video, hit the like button, and you can also subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button. And there's a little bell next to the subscribe button. If you hit that bell, you will be notified of any upcoming content from me. So without further ado, let's get started. Hopefully you guys can see everything. I'm kind of close up, so you should be able to. Okay, so before I put foundation on, I have primed my face. Today I'm using the Smashbox PhotoFinish primer where I have the most pores, and then all over I use the Rimmel Insta Flawless Perfecting Radiant Skin Tint. This is a tinted moisturizer technically, but I love it for priming my face. It gives me a nice glowy moisturized finish to whatever foundation I put on top, and my skin has been feeling a bit dry lately, so this has really been helping, I feel like. And I've just been using it a lot. So, okay, so the claims for the Wet n Wild Photofocus Concealer. It was tested under 7 light conditions with top smartphone models with and without flash. Helps eliminate white particle reflection. It instantly brightens and perfects the appearance of skin. Conceals imperfections, dark spots, and blemishes. We will see. And it is gentle enough to be used on the delicate under eye area. So that's what we're working with today. All right, so I'm just going to go in. I do not have foundation on yet. I'm just going to go in and try to cover some of the red spots and freckles that I have that are a little deep on this side. And we will see what happens. And I'm going to be using, there's a little crack in this sponge. So I'm going to be using the side with the crack for the Wet n Wild foundation, and then the other side will be for the Tarte ShapeTape. Okay, so you can see that it kind of evened that out a little bit. Now I will go in with the Wet n Wild Photofocus on the other side. The packaging, I mean, this is plastic, but it feels more high-end than this one. I am going to apply this one with my finger because it's not open or anything like that, but I don't like to touch things like that with it. So I'm just going to put it on my finger, the back of my hand, and just sort of apply it with my finger. The consistency of the Wet n Wild one is a little bit more watery. I think it sort of applied better with my finger. It kind of went away when I tried to cover this big freckle that I have here and these sunspots. So I'm going to try to go over it again with just using my finger. I mean, that's a little better. It's not totally covered, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to put on my foundation and I will be right back. I am back, and I just used the back of my L'Oreal sponge to put on my foundation, and I used the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation in Sand. I've been loving this stuff ever since I did a review on it. It's been probably my go-to foundation lately. So, you know, you get in those like ruts of foundation and things, so I don't know. That's where I'm at right now. So now I'm going to go in with concealer. I am going to be contouring out my cheeks because you can still see some redness through this foundation. And doing a V. I typically color correct when I use a Tarte ShapeTape or any concealer because of the under eye issues that I have. But I'm not going to be doing that today because I do want to see how this wears. And I don't want any product to mess with the wear of it. Now I'm going to go ahead and set that with my Coty Airspun powder. So this is what the Tarte ShapeTape is looking like. As you can see, it covered up most of my under eye issues. And let me go ahead and try the Wet n Wild one on this side. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and set my other side now. And then I will come back and talk to you. This is what it's looking like. This is the Wet n Wild side, and this is the Tarte ShapeTape side. The strangest thing happened to me when I was using the Wet n Wild. It came out sort of dark, and then when I swiped, it was like a different color. So I don't know if there was like a lot of settling in the product or what. Maybe I needed to shake it up or mix it in here before I went in with it. Because after that point, it was the same color. It was just like the initial swipe was darker. And I hope that this doesn't oxidize, but I will show you right now. So this is the Tarte ShapeTape, and this is the Wet n Wild. The Wet n Wild one is slightly darker than the Tarte ShapeTape, which is a lot lighter. But the coverage, I would say the coverage is almost the same. But you can see more of my freckles on this side than on this side, and my under eyes as well. Just a little bit. Comparatively, I think it looks pretty good. I am going to be doing a check-in. So right now it is 12:40 p.m. I will either check in a couple hours or at the end of the night just to see how this wears. And I will see you in a few hours. Since I finished my makeup, it's been about 4 hours, and underneath my eyes, they both look very good. I wish the Wet n Wild concealer was a little bit darker because it's a little more yellow than the Tarte ShapeTape that I have. I prefer the color of the Tarte ShapeTape right now. So that's it. You can see up close kind of how it looks. Alright, I will see you in my next check. Sorry if you hear my daughter crying. She's a little upset today, but it's about 9 o'clock at night, so it's been on for about 9 hours, I think, 8 or 9 hours. This is the Wet n Wild side, and this is the Tarte ShapeTape side. As you can see, the Tarte ShapeTape side is just a little bit better than the Wet n Wild side. I think it is because the color match is better. It's just a lighter color, so it allows the dark circles to not be as dark and as noticeable. As far as wear of the product, the Wet n Wild one has held up. It's actually a very silky and smooth product, and it doesn't transfer. It's really very comfortable on the eye. I would say that both of them are pretty comfortable. I don't think that this is an exact dupe for the Tarte ShapeTape. The colors aren't even close. This is not a dupe. This is a good alternative if you are the right skin tone and it matches you. I think that this is a good alternative. The Tarte ShapeTape is better. I think it gives fuller coverage. They have a better shade range. I think it's worth the price tag. In all actuality, I'd rather use the Tarte ShapeTape. I haven't found one that's better than that. That is my review, and please always remember what works for me might not work for you, and vice versa. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! I don't know. Okay. Oh, just kidding. Also, if you like this kind of videos, before I can also hit the bell next to the subscribe button, and it will notify you of upcoming content that I have. That doesn't sound right. That I might have any upcoming content. Like button, and you can also subscribe. Why is subscribe such a hard word? I don't get it. Oh, man. Okay. Stain, because the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation is a strong one. The force is strong with that one. Oh, I don't know why I did that, but it wasn't